Hello, I'm Theolyn Cortens. Welcome back to my video series, How to Bring Real Magic into Your Life. This is class 3. In this class, we'll have another guided journey, so make sure you've got paper and pen or your journal beside you for later on in the video. I want to start today by telling you something about my own story and how I come to offer these classes. My own life journey with this kind of stuff, meditation and healing, has been going on for many decades, so I'll try to keep it short. When I was about 30, I had already been a single mother for about 10 years, bringing up 2 small daughters on my own. It was pretty stressful stuff, as you can imagine. And I suppose I overloaded myself with stress because I was desperately trying to find a good career that would support myself and the children, but which was also suitable for looking after the children out of school holidays. So I decided to train as a teacher. I later thought that was a bit of a mistake. I'm really not my strength in a classroom full of children, young children, when I was having 2 small children of my own at home as well. Anyway, at that point, I took up teaching and I found it hugely challenging. But one saving grace was that I knew about meditation. I had tried Buddhist meditation when I was only a teenager. Buddhist meditation was not something that I could work with. I had a very restless monkey mind. Some of you will know about that. But at the point when I just started teaching, I came across transcendental meditation. And that really did the business for me. And many people do say that about transcendental meditation. So I had this support while I was in my probationary teaching year. So I just enjoyed learning to meditate and taking as many opportunities as I could to meditate. So that would counterbalance the stress of this teaching work that I was doing. And I very easily found I could enter altered states of consciousness, really blissful states. It was really beautiful. And one summer I had a whole series of real powerful mystical experiences. And during that time, that was when I discovered for myself, not just something in writing, but directly, that I could influence the world with my thoughts. It started to happen quite spontaneously, and I would be out and about doing something, and I would think of something, and then it just seemed to happen. On one occasion, I went to a summer fete with my family, and after I'd realised that I could do this, I would hover around them, and when they took a raffle ticket at a stall, I would wish that they would win. And by the end of the afternoon, they were all carrying loads of pot plants with them. And my mother said, "Look how many things we've won today." That was one example. Another example was when I looked out into my garden one day, I saw my cat. I had a big ginger cat. And he was chasing a mouse. He was playing murder games with the mouse. And again, this thought came spontaneously to me. "Oh, please, cat, don't kill the mouse." And immediately the cat and the mouse just stopped. And they looked at each other for quite a few seconds. And I just looked amazed. And then the mouse ran off and the cat just sat there and didn't bother to follow it. So there's 2 tiny examples of very simple things that were going on. And I never forget that because it was so potent when I was in those moments that my thoughts, my intentions, my wishes, my desires for the benefit of other people as well, was extending some way, some invisible way, and influencing what was happening out there. So anyway, after that particular summer, I was writing mystical poetry and so forth. I knew that I wasn't cut out to be a school teacher. I went into adult education teaching, and I also did some dress designing along the way. But my main interest was to discover about this this stuff, this meditation stuff, and what's going on with your consciousness when you can change small things like, winning pot plants. So I did a lot of academic research, and I went to university and I got a couple of degrees, and all the way along the line I was also continuing with my meditation practice. So that combination of my personal mystical experiences over many, many years and my academic research has brought me to a situation in life where I just want to urgently communicate it to people and help guide people on the way to discovering this for themselves, because that will make a real difference for you as a person, as an individual, a real difference in your family, in your circle of friends, in your workplace, and that ripple effect, as we know, extends into the wider world. And that's why it's really important for all of us to do our meditation work. One teacher I had said, if you went to somebody's house and they allowed you to stay in the house, but you didn't share in the washing up, you wouldn't be a very welcome guest, would you? So the mental washing up, the clearing processes, the de-stressing processes that we go through when we meditate, that's our equivalent of contributing to the washing up for humanity. So let's get back to Storyland. In classes 1 and 2, I shared some fairy tales with you. In the story of Ali Baba, we discovered how magic words can make a huge difference to the way things work in our lives. Ali Baba overhears some thieves who have stashed their treasure in a cave. He learns their magic password, "Open Sesame." When this word is declaimed aloud, the stone slab at the mouth of the cave falls away and Ali Baba is able to explore inside. Some scholars think sesame refers to the sesame seed, because the oil of sesame was used in Babylonian magical rituals. Other people suggest that the word is based on Shem Shamim, a Hebrew phrase meaning name of heaven. So the magic is done by saying, "Open in the name of heaven." Priests in ancient times used words with precision and with focus because every sound has a universal vibration. You need to consider carefully what you say and how you say it. Recently on the radio, I heard a Sanskrit incantation that set my vibrational field tingling. The woman translated for us after she'd spoken the Sanskrit. Shiva is in me, Shiva is in you, Shiva is all around, Shiva is everything. The incantation was so much more potent in the original sacred language. And chanting has played a major role in all the Eastern traditions. And even in early days, Christian monks would chant. They kept perpetual choirs in monasteries around the land in order to protect everyone in the kingdom. In Jewish history, we learn how the walls of a great fortress tumbled down when the prophet Joshua sounded trumpets. The vibrations were deliberately used to destroy a city. And then there's the gospel story, which recounts how a centurion wanted Jesus to heal his sick servant. He spoke to Jesus, begging him to just speak the word. Jesus didn't need to attend to the centurion's house. The centurion believed that Jesus only had to say something, to speak the word, and the servant would be healed. And this story confirms that Jewish people understood the power of words, especially when spoken by a person of great charisma and certainty. And these ancient tales also tell us that we each have a genie or an inner magician who will help sort the best route to what we want, as long as we know what it is. And then we learn how repeating those magic words or the sounds can open doors, clear the way, and break through old limitations. Many Eastern meditation systems offer you sound shapes to repeat in your mind. These are called mantras. A mantra is a sacred word that gives your mind the opportunity to shift from daily awareness into deeper states of consciousness. Repeating a sound, such as Om, allows you to bypass your monkey mind and easily drop into world one. Sanskrit is an ancient language that uses primordial sounds, the sounds of the universe. Shh, ah, So Hindu mantras are always from Sanskrit. The other ancient language based on the same sounds, which are regarded as sacred and powerful, is Hebrew. The Jewish mystics regarded sounds as the vibrational building blocks of creation. When I teach meditation, I offer students a sound shape I call a zera. A zera is a seed in Hebrew. We use this sound shape in a similar way to a mantra, but the word has been chosen from ancient Hebrew. My courses use Hebrew sounds because in the 1980s, after I learned to meditate, I encountered angelic archetypes during my meditation sessions, and they all have Hebrew names. So I personally felt called to leave my Sanskrit mantra behind. But during my studies, I've come to realize that essentially it doesn't matter whether your sound is called a mantra or a zera, whether you find it in a Sanskrit or in a Hebrew dictionary. It's the primordial sounds that do the work. They are the magic words that can unlock the door to heaven. All kinds of techniques can settle the mind into a quiet space or take you to a beautiful garden where you feel peaceful, but without the incantations, you won't know how to knock on heaven's door and transcend or go beyond your everyday self to find your divine source in World One. Religious experiences collected from all cultures tell us that the transcendental experience is full of light. The universal sustaining energy of creation illuminates your whole being. In Hebrew, the universal energy flow is called Shefa, which literally means everflow. Shefa is the same as Ki in Reiki, but sometimes the Jewish mystics replace Shefa with Or, which just means light. And when you reclaim access to the light that flows through you, you can begin to redesign your life. What is in your inner treasure cave? What do you want to claim and bring out into the world? This is not just about a trip to Disneyland or a new car or a fridge freezer. Something truly amazing that only you could have imagined. The big test is this. If you had the magic word, the vibration that will open heaven's door, what would you really, really want to find? If you can imagine it, then it is already there for you. Now it's time for another guided journey. So prepare yourself, make yourself comfortable, have your pen and paper ready, and I'm going to take you there. Close your eyes and settle into a comfortable position. Imagine you are Ali Baba and you are standing outside the cave. When you say the magic words 3 times, "Open sesame, open sesame, open sesame," you will see the stone drop away from the cave mouth. Inside is a shining world where all kinds of treasures are there for the taking. Have a good look around and make your choices. This is like that TV game where lots of wantable goods segue past the lucky winner on a moving shelf. Which ones catch your eyes and definitely want to be taken home? Or do you look around and feel that this place is only filled with things that you could easily do without? Perhaps you feel the need to send in a catalogue request form to the storehouse because what you actually want can't be seen here. Perhaps what is on offer is stuff that has no real value in your life or will only last short term. Keep asking for what your soul really needs, what your soul really desires to appear in your treasure house. Take your time to create a vision of exactly what you would enjoy bringing into your everyday life. Include people and pets and experiences like travel and special occasions, as well as beautiful and useful things for everyday use. Enjoy your visions. Don't hold back. Allow your deepest desires to become a future movie, the life that you are going to design. You will be the producer and director of this new TV series in which you are the central character. I'm going to give you some time now to enjoy this process. Now, slowly and gently come back to your present awareness and open your eyes. Write in your journal. Just scribble down as much as you can recall, allowing the images you are creating to keep flowing out of your inner vision onto the page. I'll give you another minute for this exercise. I hope that guided journey took you to that deep, quiet space where you could really get in touch with your soul's passion, your soul's desire, a sense of your soul's destiny, because that's the goal of these processes, is to try to get hold of something really intense, really passionate about how to live and be in the world as fully who you are capable of being. So write everything down and don't stop in between videos. Don't stop thinking about it. Keep working with it. I've got some more suggestions for you, so I'll send those between the videos as a PDF. So in the next class, I'm going to give you a bit more information and show you how this can all be put together, how you can overcome any obstacles that seem to be in the way of you expressing your soul's purpose in the world. And I shall also be offering you a really special opportunity to work with me personally, to come into class with me and take this further forward over a few weeks of doing stuff on your own at home, but then coming along to see me for a couple of days. So this is something really exciting that I'm lining up for you. So I'll see you in class 4.